instead of thinking about like forcing yourself to work out like day after day consistently exactly the same for the next few days, weeks, months, years, think about seasonal plans, think about seasonal habits. There's no need to force yourself to work out when you are not even getting enough sleep or rest. Doesn't mean that because it's quiet season you necessarily have to push yourself and challenge yourself to gain a ton of muscles, lose a ton of fat. You don't have to. You just need to be truthful to yourself. What is your own goal here during the quiet season? Hello. So another hot thought is seasonal habits, right? So recently I was actually chatting up with a friend that I have not chatted with in the past 3 years. We kind of lost touch, Megan. We kind of lost touch like over the years simply because, life, right? She went overseas and yeah, we just didn't catch up. In any case, she actually recently got back in touch with me because like she kind of was looking for like personal training, coaching help, so on and so forth. I'm not going to get into that into details, but something that popped up was a struggle that we do hear very often from working professionals is that once they started work, it was crazy, right? Like work till like late 10 p.m 11 p.m kind of thing, and they just she just didn't get the chance to work out like she used to, or even like get the chance to work out at all, because like she was so tired after work, and the days just kept repeating for months until like a lull period here and there for a month or so. So that's a scenario that I've heard from a lot of our clients, and I'm quite sure that for some of you this will also relate to you. And this is what I want to help you with, which is instead of thinking about like forcing yourself to work out like day after day consistently exactly the same for the next few days, weeks, months, years, think about seasonal plans, think about seasonal habits. So what I mean by that is, I'm sure for all of us, myself included, there are going to be periods where we are going to be busier. It could be projects, it could be work, it could be school, it could be kids, so on and so forth. There are going to be periods or seasons where we are going to be way busier. So instead of forcing ourselves to do exactly the same as we would as if we were not busy, why don't we just create a plan, a routine for the busy seasons separately, right, from the quieter, more peaceful seasons for yourself, right? When it comes to the busy season, you're not going to be able to have as much rest as you were compared to a season where you're not doing much stuff. You can have a lot of time to yourself. You're not going to be able to have as much mental peace as the quiet times, right? There are a lot of things that you're not going to be able to have, and we have to recognize that these are actual limitations that we just cannot like overcome as easily as other times, right? Obviously, people can still say that, why don't you just try to squeeze in a 15-minute workout and stuff like that. Yes, you can still do that, and I will still encourage that. But again, this goes into your busy season plan. So that's what I'm saying, right? You don't have to force yourself to, again, do exactly as if it was the quieter season, right? So when it comes to the busier season, these are a couple of things that will be good for us to think about. Firstly, are we able to get enough rest? Because the amount of sleep that we get, the amount of rest that we get is actually a huge priority when it comes to regulating our body systems, right? And if you're not actually able to get sleep or rest as sufficiently, then it's better to prioritize this over, let's say, forcing yourself to work out, right? And over, let's say, actually that's just it. There's no need to force yourself to work out when you are not even getting enough sleep or rest. So when it comes to a busy season and you're not getting enough sleep or rest, don't worry about hitting 3 times of like workouts a week. If you still can't hit 2 times of workouts per week without having sufficient rest or sleep, then don't worry about that as well, right? The main priority is your sleep and rest. And then you really have to have a cold hard objective look at your routine, right? In your busy season, are you still able to, let's say, work out once a week? Or what we just mentioned, are you able to work out like 15 minutes, a shorter workout, nothing that pushes yourself too much, but just to get you moving, just to get your blood moving, your joints moving, and so on and so forth, right? That is something that we need to, I want you to have an objective look at, and just tell yourself what can you actually really do after you've prioritized your rest and sleep. Those things that you can actually do, even though it's a lesser frequency, intensity, and all that stuff during the quieter seasons, do them, right? And that would be your busy season plan. And of course, your busy seasons are going to change also in terms of how busy you get, how much rest you get. So just fine tune them according to your busy seasons, right? And then when it comes to your quieter seasons, that is when you want to ask yourself, okay, do you want to push yourself for a certain more challenging goal, or do you kind of just want to get into a routine of moving and stuff like that? That decision lies on you, and I want you to make that decision for yourself before you set up a quiet season plan for yourself. Okay, because again, doesn't mean that because it's quiet season you necessarily have to push yourself and challenge yourself to gain a ton of muscles, lose a ton of fat. You don't have to. You just need to be truthful to yourself. What is your own goal here during the quality season, and just recognize and acknowledge that you do have a lot more time. So maybe it's a better idea for you to push for whatever goal you've been thinking of during this quieter season. Yeah, so that's it, right? That's like seasonal habits, seasonal plans, right? Don't force yourself to go against the current. Like, work with what you have and work with what you should be prioritizing first, and then work with what you have. Okay, so that's a very simple perspective change I shared with Megan, my friend, and I hope that sharing this with you also helps you think about things a bit differently, and helps you to come to peace with yourself, your nutrition, your workouts, and actually help you to see that incremental progress like year on year, right? So instead of the short time frame of day on day or week on week, we are looking at year on year. 1 year ago or 1 year later, are you in a much more like comfortable, better position as you were compared to the past? Okay, so I'll end it here. Let me know what your thoughts are around this, and let me know what your busy season looks like. For some of you, it's crazy. I would love to hear more about it, and what your quiet season looks like as well. All right, have a good one. Till the next one, continue to hawk it, all right, and continue to enjoy yourself without holding yourself back.